So, yes, I am coming from a new location. I am finally at college. Just take this off. So I know it's been a really long time since I podcasted, like over a month. And that's because one, I was coming here and I was working a lot, trying to save up money to come here and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's been a while. I hope my 5 or 6 followers haven't just left me. But I do have a lot of stuff has happened. A lot of knitting and sewing. Well, more sewing than knitting, I would say. So it's probably going to be more focused on that. And yeah, I feel like there were some things I wanted to say at the beginning. Can't remember. Okay. Yeah. So let's just get started, and I'll probably think of it as I'm talking about other stuff. So I guess first, what we can talk about is the sewing, because like I said, that's what's happened the most. So my first sewing endeavor, let me tilt down, is the skirt. My first ever garment, like of any type, sewing. It doesn't have pockets. I want it to have pockets. I'm probably going to put pockets in it. So yeah, it's very fluffy and like knee length, a little bit below the knee. So yes, I think this is an okay angle. Nope, you can't see my face. Yeah. Okay, this is good. That's better. Another of my sewing. This, I guess I should talk about how I made it. It's a rectangle skirt, which means I just took a rectangle of fabric and sewed along the top part and then gathered it. It's really gathered. And sorry, my nose is itchy. And then I put the zipper in the back, and I could have made the zipper like invisible, but I wanted it to be seen because it matches the little detail on the skirt. You can't really see it because it's really tiny, but if you're in person, you could see it. So yeah, it was a really basic skirt, and I did the waistband. I made the waistband too small, I think, just because I am bigger, so it kind of like rolls a little bit. But anyway, this is my next sewing thing. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this. I made a dress. Hi, you can't even see me. Yes, I made a dress. And I'm really excited about it. And I really, really like it. The skirt, it's got pineapples on it. And yeah, it's just a really basic dress. It's a really wrinkly because I wore it last week. And then it got like washed and dried, and I haven't got an iron yet. I haven't finished the little zipper tab. Little zipper thing's still sticking up, but I wanted to wear it, and it's a little too big around this area, like how it's out so much is a little too big there. But I wanted it to be a little too big, and then so I could take it in with my hair. And this, the whole zipper panel thing, it's kind of a complicated story. This was going to be a corset back, but I put the corset in, and I don't mean like as a corset, like as in this part is a corset. I just meant like you have the little holes that go up, and then you have like the lace that goes across, and you cinch it. And because I really like corsets and that kind of thing, and I put everything in, and then and it was in, and it looked really good actually, but then it started like coming apart, and not a lot. Like I probably could have still worn it, but it just wasn't as put together as I wanted it to look. And so it was a lot of work doing the corset, but I just took it all out and put in the zipper, and I really like how the zipper turned out. And like with the corset, I would have had to have help cinching it and that kind of thing to get it cinched right, and with the zipper I can just zip it myself and it's not a big deal. So yeah, that's what happened with that. Another thing with sewing, I have made some more bags. I don't know if I've showed, I think I showed my first bag that I did on here. I'm going to show some more. And I eventually want to make bags to sell. But since I didn't have any project bags of my own, I wanted to make some for myself and like learn how to make them nicely. And so I can like get experience, and then when I go to sell them, they'll be really like good, like professional looking. So, and yeah. So this is where I keep all my knitting in this nice little tub thing, and I bought this just to come back, and I realized when I was packing and then unpacking that knitting takes up so much space. Like, you can kind of see it, this ominous blob up here that, I don't know why I'm ducking, like it's right here, it's way over here. That's all my yarn, that's my yarn stash. And it grew over the summer, and it's really full now. So I have a couple bags. This is one of them. It's a little Japanese knot bag. It is reversible. I'm gonna kind of scoot up, scoot in, so you can see better, like the patterns and stuff. That's this fabric, and this fabric is just like from Walmart, because I don't really have any good fabric stores around me, so I just make do with what you got. This is the other fabric. It has those little pink polka dots in like various places throughout. And this one is my shawl. I'm probably also just gonna like briefly show the knitting projects within, because like why not? And this video will hopefully be short because I have to go to class in like probably like 20 minutes. So this is my shawl. I don't know if I've ever even showed this at all on the podcast. It's only like 2 episodes anyway. I talk like I have like 50. And it looks really messy, but I'm just going to show it briefly because, like I said, this is going to be quick. Yeah. So that's like the first ever shawl that I'm doing. It's just like the most basic shawl anyone could ever do. It's the pattern. Is that the right word? Pattern? I think that's the right word. Sometimes I forget words. It makes me sound really dumb. I'm not dumb, I promise. Is on Ravelry. If you want to look it up, it's like the most easy shawl ever or something. Like, that's literally the name of it. There's another bag I made. Actually made this out of like a little sweater that I never wore ever, because it was like sleeveless and too short. So yeah, it is obviously a drawstring bag. I made the string with I-cord that I like did myself. Some little buttons. And it's kind of big. And this, I said on the last one that I was gonna start spinning. And I have some roving in this little bag that's kind of ghetto, but whatevs. And I got my first roving and a spindle from a girl on Etsy. Her name is Rita Mae Yarns. She also like sells yarn that's like hand spun. It didn't come with this white glittery stuff on it. I put that on there because the spindle was really light and I wanted it to be a little bit heavier, so that's just like clay with some glitter on it that I did. It's kind of ratchet, but it's also kind of cute, so I'm like, what else? If I can get this out. And I'm probably not, I don't know why this is stuck. What are you stuck on? It's stuck on the spindle. And I'm probably not going to show all of my bags, because I don't have a lot, but I do have multiple. And I don't want to like show you all of my projects, even though a lot of my projects aren't even in this. And this is the handspun that I've done so far. Well, not all of it. This is just the most coherent piece. I'm gonna try. It's super like curly, and it doesn't want to lay flat, but I'm gonna try. It's really, really pretty. I really love the colors. She dyed it for me. And yeah, and I really love how it turned out, and I don't know what I'm gonna make yet. I just like was spinning, I got the roving, and I started spinning, and I spun and spun, and then I was like, oh, I want to knit it. And I know some people have this thing about like not knitting with their hand spun, and like to me, like that's why I want to like spin, because I want to knit with the stuff that I spin. So maybe I'm just different, or maybe lots of people are like that. I don't know. I guess it sort of depends. I guess it really just depends on the person. Like with everything in life, it just depends on the person. It's kind of hard to cinch. I guess I'll show this one. This one is my most recent bag, and I really, really love it. It's sort of like a sock, cat size. It has cats. Oh, I love cats. I love them so much. And zipper is black, and then the inside's just gray, because I was like, cats, like that's all you need in life. You don't need a fancy inside pattern because you have cats on the outside. Yeah, I guess I'll show what's inside of this. I feel like I'm showing all of my projects, although I've only showed like 2. This is a project that I've had going for like a really long time. So I'll do a little backstory on this one, and then I'll probably wrap this up pretty quick. This is obviously a cardigan sleeve. It's a little big, but I am a little big, so, okay, so there's some backstory on this. I started this, ugh, I have hair everywhere. I started this as a sock, like the cuff, and just this little beginning part was going to be a sock. And it was going to be a sock for one of the Grocery Girl knit-alongs. I don't remember which one it was. It was a, like, way back, like several months back. And I started making it, and I was loving knitting it, and it's just like, it's not even fancy yarn, but I was like, oh yeah, so excited, my first sock. And then I got a little ways, and I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And I just started getting overwhelmed, and was like unsure about what to do. And I just got overwhelmed, and I was like, okay, I'm not making a sock. So, yeah. So then, me with my smartness, I was like, okay, well, I really love these colors, and I just really liked how it looked, and I thought I did a really good job, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a cardigan out of this. And I think it's really funny. I think it's really funny how I was like, oh, a sock is too hard. I'm gonna make a cardigan instead. But that's the thinking that I had at the time, because I'm crazy. I don't know. So yeah, so this is my cardigan sleeve, and I've been doing it so long, like several months, like I said, and this is all I've gotten, because I worked on it a lot in the beginning, and then I slowly, like, got burnt out. I'm, like, halfway there, and that is where it is gonna sit, is, like, just a little bit below my actual, like, wrist, because that's where I like my cardigans to sit, and I was like, I don't know, like, I guess I'm, like, halfway there, but I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I'm gonna keep going till probably, like, about here-ish, and then I'm gonna increase a little bit for my chubby arms. But hey, there's some muscle in there, it's just under the chubbiness. So yeah, and I'm gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna increase again. And I didn't do anything special for the elbow, because I didn't know if you're supposed to, and I couldn't find anything about it, and I looked it up, and I couldn't find anything, so I was like, I guess you just knit. I don't know. So, comment if you want 5 subscribers, and tell me if I'm doing this right or wrong. But yeah, I really like it, and I'm really excited, and I really want it to be done like right now, but it takes so long because it's like really thin yarn. It's like sock yarn. I got it as sock yarn. Anyway, also, another little tiddly bit. I made that little progress keeper. Yes, I did. Oh, don't you just love it? And I am gonna make these to sell also. Even though they're like super simple and really anyone could probably make this. Well, not everyone. I mean, not everyone knows how to do that kind of thing. So I'm gonna make them to sell. And I've already made a lot, but I did have an Etsy store going, but I kind of took it down because I didn't want to pay fees and stuff because I'm cheap. And so I'm gonna look for another way to sell things. And I may just like sell it in person, like set up little booths at different places. And that kind of thing. I don't know, that part hasn't been settled yet. I was going to show this. Excuse me. Okay, so another thing in my sewing is this little pouch. And it looks crooked right now because of my needles, how they're in there, they look crooked, but I promise it's not crooked. It looks so crooked. It's not in real life, it's just how it's stretched. So I made this little pouch, and it has a little tab I can hold on to. And it totally wasn't supposed to turn out this way. Just gonna throw that out there. It was supposed to be like a box. Like it was supposed to be like this. And I watched a tutorial on YouTube and I totally goofed something up. I don't know. It was really my fault. Like, like I did it wrong. It wasn't the tutorial at all. But yeah, it just has all my knitting. So, well, not all. Like some of my knitting and crochet hooks in there in my Lucette fork braider thing. Anyway, so I think that is about it for this podcast. Almost done. So that's something else for sewing. Just a little pouch. Didn't turn out how I wanted it. But I guess I like it. I guess it's okay. I mean, it's not ugly, so it's just not, you know, when you start making something, or like you get the idea to make something and you're like, oh, I'm gonna make this, and this is how I want to make it, and this is how I want it to be, and then you make it and it doesn't turn out that way, but it's not bad, it's just like not how you perceived it, so it's sort of like just like a letdown or something, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm trying to think, I'm trying to make sure there isn't anything else. I think that's all my clothes that I made. Oh, just remembered this pink pillow over here. I made the pillowcase for that. Yeah, because I wanted a little cute pillowcase to go with my cute comforter, and it's really asymmetrical right now. That's really bothering me, but it'll be okay. So yeah, it's like a fuzzy chevron type pattern, and I made this. It was super easy. And I also made this pillow. Like it's like an actual pillow. Like it isn't like just a cover or anything. This fabric was actually like a dress, and the dress was like, it was literally like this was the skirt, so like, let me just hold it. Like that's really short. It was a really short, and it was like gathered, obviously. It was way too short, and I like never even wore it, I don't think. And I just kept it. I don't know why, but I did. I'm also going to show you my comforter up close. My bedding, because I love my bedding. It's new. Well, it's not new. It's just new to me. It's got little flowers on it, and then this peach. Ugh, this peach blanket. I can't even handle it. I want everything in my life to be this color. It's like literally my favorite color. And my desk is over there. It's messy. Yeah. And like I said, that's my yarn up there, my calendar, doing like a tiny room tour. My closet is over there. It's also a little messy. But I like doing that kind of thing. I feel like a lot of podcasters don't do that, and I like it, so I'ma do it. Yeah. Another thing, I guess that's it. It's already at 20 minutes. Yeah. So, yeah, this is real short. It's a real short one. Last one I think was like an hour, or maybe even over an hour. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's it. And thanks for watching. And I really, really hope. I'm really sorry about not making more in that huge gap of time. Honestly, like the first week after, I just forgot. I was like, just completely slipped my mind. Had no idea. And then like the next week, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't podcast last week. And then it just like kept piling. My stuff that I had to do kept piling up. Like I had to pack all this junk. That was crazy. I had to get here. That wasn't as crazy, but a lot of stuff happened with my classes for this year. So it was a lot of stuff happened. Let's just say that. Not bad stuff. I mean, it was kind of stressful, but it wasn't like, oh my god. It wasn't bad. It was just a little stressful, real busy. But yeah, I'm so glad that you watched this, and hopefully they'll be coming more regularly now that I'm settled. Like I'll actually make some more episodes. I don't know how often it'll be. At first I thought I was going to do every week. But with classes and stuff, well, I'm going to try to do every week. The episodes will probably be shorter, but I kind of also feel like that's what people want. Maybe, I don't know. Like, personally, I like really long episodes because then it's like almost like a movie or something. Like, I can watch part of it and then just like pause it and then like come back to it later. But I know lots of people like short videos and that kind of thing. Like, that's pretty much what YouTube is made of, is short videos. So yeah, I'm gonna try and keep them short, like 30 minutes under. And there'll probably be some that are longer just because I like talking. I'm a talker. That's what I do. Oh, excuse me. I just ate lunch. That's why I'm kind of burping. But yes, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Maybe, hopefully. Okay, happy knitting. Let me just do this little dance real quick. Bye guys.